Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. The Russian Defense Ministry is claiming its troops resisted a large-scale attack from Ukrainian forces in the eastern part of the Donetsk region. There is a rising speculation that Kyiv will soon launch a spring counteroffensive that could swing the course of the conflict. This has not begun, but Russian officials have reported a number of incidents in the last week that they blame Ukraine for. On Monday, the Russian military released a statement saying they killed 250 Ukrainians and destroyed armored vehicles used in the assault. There has been a record number of claims from Moscow making inflated statements about Ukrainian losses, and there has been no verification of the alleged large-scale offensive in the region. Despite clear signals that Kyiv is gearing up for an operation, Ukraine has kept any word of their much-anticipated counteroffensive under wraps. As fires continue to spark throughout Canada, air quality becomes a significant issue for millions of Americans. Much of the smoke is coming from the Quebec province, where wildfires have been raging for the past week. Just in 2023, there have been 400 fires in the province so far. Smoke can be seen moving down over Illinois, Wisconsin, and even as far as here in Massachusetts. Some states like Michigan and Wisconsin have been alerted of air quality issues due to the fires. According to meteorologists, older adults, kids, people with lung or heart disease, and those who are pregnant should not partake in lengthy or heavy exertion. On Sunday, U.S. fighter jets intercepted an unresponsive plane as it flew over Washington, D.C. The F-16 jets that were deployed caused a loud sonic boom that was heard around the region and even caused some concern for nearby residents. The unresponsive plane entered the most heavily restricted airspace in the country and failed to respond to the authorities. It then crashed near the George Washington National Forest in rural Virginia. Police and rescuers searched for victims in the wreck, but found no survivors. 4 people were reportedly on board. Military officials said the plane was not shot down, and the fighter jets didn't cause the crash. Currently, it is unclear why the pilot was unresponsive or what caused the Cessna Citation small aircraft to come down. On Saturday, President Joe Biden signed legislation that lifts the nation's debt ceiling. The White House announced the signing in a statement in which Biden thanked congressional leaders for their partnership. The final agreement passed by Congress last week suspends the debt limit until 2025 after the next presidential election and restricts government spending. It also gives lawmakers budget targets for the next 2 years in hopes of assuring fiscal stability. Raising the nation's debt limit, which now sits at $31.4 trillion, will ensure that the government can borrow to pay their debts. President Biden, in an address to the American people from the Oval Office on Friday evening, said, quote, "The stakes could not have been higher. No one got everything they wanted, but the American people got what they needed. We averted an economic crisis and an economic collapse," end quote. While the state isn't reporting daily COVID-19 health trends anymore, the Mass DPH is still monitoring and reporting health trends on a weekly basis. On June 1st, newly released metrics show that over 20,000 molecular tests were conducted and 803 new positive cases were reported in the last week. As of May 30th, 159 people are hospitalized in Massachusetts and 14 are in the ICU. 9 new deaths were also recorded in the last 7 days. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more after the break.
Did you know your teenager's brain is more likely to get addicted to nicotine than yours? The tobacco and vaping industries do. They target teens with their products and try to cover up the fact that there's nicotine in them. Talk with your kids about the real dangers of vaping.
Welcome back. A Boston-based developer is betting big on the long-term growth of the movie industry in Massachusetts, with plans to build a huge new movie studio right in our backyard. Rise, a development and construction management firm, announced last week that it had obtained the rights to the Banner Park campus in Braintree, the former home of the Massachusetts Lottery. Company representatives said the property has already served as a home to productions from Apple Studios and Netflix. Rise plans to create 272,500 square feet of state-of-the-art industrial and office buildings for sound stages as well as pre- and post-production facilities. Herbie Duvernay, the founder of Rise, said in a statement, quote, "It is rare to have the opportunity to work with a movie studio component within such a dynamic campus," end quote. On Sunday morning, the MBTA conducted an emergency evacuation drill right next to Grossman Drive and the Braintree Marketplace Shopping Center. The drill was simulating a commuter rail train that derailed after striking a motor vehicle at a grade crossing area. Public safety personnel practiced emergency response plans and procedures for other mass casualty incidents as well. The exercise was conducted by several groups, including MBTA Railroad Operations, commuter rail operator Keolis, freight operators CSX, the Fore River Railroad, Brewster EMS, MBTA Transit Police, Braintree and Quincy Police, Braintree, Quincy, and Weymouth Fire Departments, and mutual aid responders. The St. Thomas More Church property in Braintree could have a new potential buyer. Local developer George Clements announced he plans to buy the 15-acre property and put up as many as 26 homes on the site. In addition to the land, the property includes a rectory and a building that was formerly used as a school. Assessors records value the property at $8 million. St. Thomas More closed its doors in late November 2022 after almost 80 years. On Saturday, June 3rd, members of the Braintree High School class of 2023 walked across the stage for their graduation ceremony on Alumni Field. The gloomy day held a lot of bright moments for the class of 2023 as they sat before their classmates and listened to speeches from the valedictorian, salutatorian, and principal Dr. Chris Scully. The graduates walked across the stage to receive their diplomas and threw their caps up in the air together to celebrate the last 4 years. Here's more from the class of 2023's graduation.
Good morning to our distinguished guests, supportive family and friends, dedicated faculty and staff, and most importantly, good morning to the class of 2023. Before I begin, I would like to thank our teachers, guidance counselors, assistant principals, Principal Scully, and the Braintree Public Schools administration. We never say it enough, but we appreciate you all so much.
As I look out into the crowd, I see the faces of our beloved guests beaming with pride. And just before me lies not the freshman who entered Braintree High School 4 years ago, but the graduating class of 2023.
For most of my life, I have lived between two worlds. You see, I immigrated from Hong Kong to America in the first grade, and from then on, I juggled two different identities, one at school and one at home. I speak of my experience not to make my speech a personal anecdote, but to acknowledge those in the audience today who may also feel as if they are thrust between two worlds. Those who put on a facade every day while living a different existence at home. For those of you whose high school life was not defined by Friday night football games or an endless blur of extracurricular activities like those depicted in TV shows and movies, I see you.
Today, I am glad to look out at the class of 2023 and can proudly say that we can go now. Our teachers, our guardians, our role models. The adults in our lives have deemed us ready to move on without them and without their constant oversight. This ceremony is a demonstration of that trust. We have reached a point in our lives where independence is forced upon us, whether we want it to or not. This will present its challenges for some people, especially if you never learn how to do your own laundry, but it also provides unimaginable opportunities.
You can see the entire ceremony on BCAM TV's public channels, Comcast Channel 9 and Verizon Channel 28, as well as our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/BCAMTV. If you're a Verizon customer, you can now see BCAM TV in HD on channel 2128. On June 4th, the town of Braintree held the annual Braintree Pride Festival at Watson Park. The event included a bounce house, fire trucks to explore, face paintings, and music, as well as a food truck, ice cream truck, and other vendors. The event organizers and Braintree Mayor Charles Kokoris all gave some remarks. Here's more from the organizers.
So my name is Tara Crispin. I'm the founder of Braintree Pride, and we're just so happy to see everybody here. And please, if you haven't joined the mailing list already, come on up to my booth, sign the QR code, and join the mailing list. So let's make Braintree a fun, inclusive place for everybody. So now it is my honor to introduce Mayor Kokoris here to say a couple of words. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. We having a good time? This is a great showing today, and I want to thank Tara, and I want to thank Charlotte. Where's Charlotte? Charlotte for organizing this. A year ago, when we raised the flag for the first time in Braintree's history at Town Hall, we had talked about having an event, and after a lot of work put together by Charlotte and many others, here we are today. And isn't it amazing how the rain held off and the sun has come out a couple of times, right? But I want to reiterate how important it is for Braintree to be inclusive. And for me personally, I have so many relatives and friends that are still with us and not with us that had to fight and had to struggle because people did not want to include them. Well, things have changed, right? Things have changed. We are all together as one, and we will continue to be together as one. And this is the beginning of a beautiful day in Braintree, and we are going to be doing the flag raising on the 17th, which is a Saturday. So everybody's welcome to come as well. But I just want to thank my friends here for putting this together and making sure that everybody is included in Braintree. I love you all, and God bless.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. And once again, everyone please give a big round of applause to Charlotte. And none of this would be possible without her hard work. So thank you. Do you want to say anything?
Really, really quick, because I know everyone wants to have fun, but I want to thank all of the vendors for coming today. I want to thank my amazing wife for her support, for keeping me together. Thank you, babe. And shout out to all of my vendor friends that have listened to me and have helped me and supported me. So thank you all very much. I love you all. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Mayor Kokoris announced that the Summer Fun at the Braintree Community Arts Center program will again be offered this year during the weeks of July 31st, August 7th, and August 21st from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Arts Center at 1969 Washington Street. It's a week full of fun and educational activities for students in kindergarten through 4th grade. Registration is now open. To sign up or for more information, log on to www.braintreerec.com or contact the Braintree Recreation Department at 781-794-8901. Thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. We'll be right back with more stories in the area.
Take steps to keep yourself and your family safe from ticks and the illnesses they can cause. Use EPA-approved tick repellents on your skin and clothes. Read and follow the directions. Wear light-colored clothing to make it easier to spot a crawling tick. Check for ticks on yourself, your kids, and your pets anytime you've been outdoors. Some tick bites can make you sick, but finding and removing a tick properly makes it less likely. Call your doctor if you start to feel ill or notice a rash near the bite. Play it safe when you're outdoors.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. Now let's get right into more stories. Despite gas prices remaining relatively unchanged in the last couple of weeks, they are getting close to the national average. According to AAA, the average price for a gallon of gas is at $3.52 in Massachusetts. Just on Monday, the national average dropped 3 cents to $3.55 a gallon, sitting just above the state's average. In the nation, California has the highest average price, sitting at $4.87 a gallon. Starting this week and running through August 20th, all Jordan's Furniture locations in Massachusetts will collect donations of new and gently used clothing for children from newborns to 12 years old in support of the Cradles to Crayons Ready for Learning initiative. All locations will be accepting items such as sweaters, jackets, sweatshirts, and coats to help children who are experiencing homelessness or living in low-income households and need essential items to go back to school. Jordan's Furniture locations in Avon, Reading, Natick, and the distribution center in East Taunton will all be accepting donations until August 20th. For more information, visit www.jordans.com or www.cradlestocrayons.org/Boston. On Saturday, a Taunton man was arrested for repeatedly stabbing a man near a liquor store in Abington. Police said 26-year-old Devin P. Pelrine attacked a 61-year-old man with a knife near Rosie's Liquors around 5 p.m. on Saturday. The man was taken to a hospital, but no information on his condition is currently available. Abington police credit Canine Cano for finding the suspect at the Vincent Blanchard Gardens apartment complex located on Shaw Street. Pelrine was held without bail pending his arraignment in Brockton District Court. In a sudden and unexpected move, Quincy-based Compass Medical said it will close all 6 of its healthcare offices in Massachusetts. The company released a statement stating, quote, "After a steady stream of challenges, we were ultimately forced to make the devastating decision to close all offices of Compass Medical PC effective immediately," end quote. The Compass locations affected are in the towns of Braintree, East Bridgewater, Easton, Middleborough, Quincy, and Taunton. A class action lawsuit has been filed in Plymouth County Superior Court by Abington resident Richard Callanan and approximately 70,000 other Compass Medical patients. The Massachusetts Attorney General's office said they are currently investigating the abrupt closure of the facility. Dunkin' Donuts is a staple in the New England area, but did you know that Massachusetts is the home to the busiest location in the world? That's right, the Dunkin' Donuts located at 755 Main Street in South Weymouth is the busiest in the world. There are a few reasons this location has been deemed as the busiest. One is because there are 2 lanes for the drive-thru and they serve an average of 3,000 cups of coffee in the morning alone. Not only this, but it has a bakery and a kitchen on site. Most Dunkin' locations have their baked goods shipped in from other locations. Last, they have unique flavors of coffee and treats that other locations don't have. So when it comes time to choose a particular Dunkin' to get your coffee and donuts from, and the unique location and experience it can give the consumer, you may want to try this one in South Weymouth. And just briefly in the world of professional golf, the Saudi-backed Live Golf League will merge with the PGA. Currently, there is only a memorandum of understanding between the 2 groups, but the Saudis have indicated that they are willing to infuse a large amount of capital into the new combined entity. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more in entertainment.
You're going to need me. You're going to need us. All of us. You're going to need our technical skills, our math, our engineering skills. You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food. You're going to need our organizational skills, our problem-solving skills. You're going to need our determination, our honesty, our compassion. You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring. And we promise we'll be there when you need us.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. For entertainment, we have some streaming service news and 2 movies you can watch now. Netflix is hunkering down on subscribers sharing their Netflix account login with those who don't live at the same address. Subscribers who are using an account on the go will need to log in from the primary address once every 31 days to avoid being flagged. Users who pay for the $15.49 a month standard plan or the $19.99 a month premium plan will have the option to add extra members for an extra fee of $7.99. That doesn't live at their residence. Those with the standard with ads $6.99 plan and basic $9.99 plan will not even have this option available to them. Netflix has said that 100 million people around the world use its subscription streaming service without paying for their own accounts. Now in movies, Fast X is the 10th film in the Fast and Furious saga. The film launches the final chapters of one of the cinema's most storied and popular global franchises. Fast X follows Dom Toretto and his family who have outsmarted and outdriven every foe in their path. Now they must confront the most lethal opponent they've ever faced. Fueled by revenge, a terrifying threat emerges from the shadows of the past to shatter Dom's world and destroy everything and everyone he loves. You can watch Fast X now only in theaters. Last but most certainly not least, the new live-action telling of The Little Mermaid follows the youngest of King Triton's daughters, Ariel. Ariel is a beautiful and spirited young mermaid with a thirst for adventure. Longing to find out more about the world beyond the sea, Ariel visits the surface and falls for the dashing Prince Eric. Following her heart, she makes a deal with the evil sea witch Ursula to experience life on land. The film is directed by Rob Marshall and stars Halle Bailey. You can watch The Little Mermaid now only in theaters. That'll do it for news today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis, and thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.